Madam Speaker. My question is to the Minister for the Environment. Minister, there are less than 1,000 breeding pairs of the world's fastest parrot, the critically endangered swift parrot, left in the wild. It's essential we protect every nest hollow and flowering gum that they need to survive. Their biggest threat is habitat and food loss from illegal land clearing and native forest logging, as well as predation by the sugar glider. The previous failed Environment Minister, Matthew Groom, refused to be an active state party member to the National Swift Parrot Recovery Plan and didn't act to stop habitat destruction or fund protection activities. Minister, are we still even a party to the Swift Parrot Recovery Plan? If we are, what is this year's resourcing towards it, and when will you announce a native forest logging ban for Bruny Island and the other southern and southeastern forests that have to be protected to save that special parrot?
Good question.
Thank you. The Honourable Minister for the Environment.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the Honourable Member for her question about the swift parrot. Madam Speaker, the population size of the swift parrot is very difficult to assess. But it's estimated, as I understand, I'm advised, to be around 2,500, with perhaps only 1,000 breeding pairs.
That's right. That's old news.
In response to the numerous threats faced by the species, the Tasmanian Government is implementing a whole-of-government approach to ensure that management of the swift parrot habitat in this state is consistent and effective.
That's right.
This will build on actions that we've undertaken previously to address threats to the swift parrot and its habitat. We provided $150,000 to trial methods of trapping sugar gliders, a major threat to the birds.
That was in 2015.
This project has been successfully completed.
That was in 2015. That was 5 years ago.
The findings have enabled NRM South to leverage $700,000 of Australian government funding for further swift parrot conservation work over the next 3 years.
When was that?
In the past 3 years, staff from my department have worked with local governments, regional NRM organisations, Tasmania Police, Sustainable Timber Tasmania and other stakeholders to tackle the problem of illegal firewood harvesting, which has impacted several breeding sites. My department is cooperating with the forestry industry and regulators to apply the latest technology to identify and manage those places critical to the swift parrot and to put in place a formal agreement that supports this more sophisticated approach to habitat conservation.
Recovery plan?
Do we have an
My
active
department
recovery
has
plan?
also undertaken programs to control invasive rainbow lorikeets, which compete with swift parrots for nest hollows. Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker,
Most recently,
standing order,
Minister.
relevance. This is a whole lot of material which is historical information. We asked a specific question about today. Are we a party to the recovery plan? Is there funding towards protecting it now?
Right. Well, as you know, under the old rules, that's not a point of order, but under our cooperative approach, I do urge the Minister to be as relevant to the question as possible.
He's clearly reading from the previous minister speaking notes.
Yeah.
Unless he
nothing
wishes
new.
to advise the House later.
I mean, it's 5 years old. That information is 5 years
You
old.
may stand.
Thank you,
Shame.
Madam Speaker. Most recently, this has included assisting volunteers and landholders to manage the impacts of the birds, including by providing bird traps. My department also works closely with the Commonwealth to ensure that research findings provide practical conservation benefits to the swift parrot and that conservation tools such as the Swift Parrot Recovery Plan are up to date. The plan is currently under review by the Australian Government. Furthermore, my department's collaboration with other agencies and organisations helped to secure $297,000 for researchers from the Australian National University to continue vital monitoring of swift parrot migration and breeding in Tasmania until 2021.
They had to go to bed.
Madam Speaker, I think I have provided answers there. There are questions regarding the status of the Australian Government's review of the Swift Parrot Recovery Plan, and I would suggest the Greens direct their questions.